Hello, everyone. Welcome to KTAL News Now. I'm your host, Anthony Mocklin, and today is Friday, which means it is Football Friday here on the show, and we'll be going over all of the NFL games that are this weekend, including the College Football National Championship. But here to talk with me today about the games is Denver native, huge Broncos fan, one of our digital content producers, Victoria Garnes. Thank you so much for joining today.
Hi, everybody. Yes, he got it right. I am from Denver, born and raised, diehard Bronco fan.
So that's actually the first game we're going to talk about because they are hosting the Buffalo Bills on Saturday. And this one could go either way. The Broncos are a very slight underdog in this one at home, but
Don't say slight. A lot of people, they haven't been talking about us. Like, they say, oh, they don't really deserve to be where they're at now. Like, a lot of people, like, talk about the not the championship, but the playoffs. Like, they're not really mentioning the Broncos. They're, like, all excited for Josh Allen and, the Rams and the Seahawks. The Bears, like, even the Bears, they're getting more attention than us. I'm just like, well, what about us? Like, we earned our right here just like everybody else, but people don't seem to be too fond of the Broncos being in the position that they are. But they should be, because we are truly the underdogs of all this,
Mm-hmm.
I think we are.
yeah, I mean, it's crazy because they ended up getting the number one seed in the AFC, so they got
Why
the
is
bye
that crazy,
week.
though? Why is that
Well, I'm
crazy?
saying it's crazy that they're underdogs despite getting, the number one seed. So
Well, I think the reason why I'm saying they're the underdogs is because, like, a lot of people weren't expecting this. Like, oh, you guys are going to do terrible this season. Can I be honest, though? This football season, to me, like, the whole entire season, every play, I felt like was awful. To me, this was a very awful season for football. I don't know why. To me, it seemed like everybody sucked this season. It seemed like everybody did bad this season. Like,
it's pretty much wide open at this point for the Super Bowl.
Like,
there's
nobody,
no clear, maybe the Rams, but like they were struggling.
Nobody was
Carolina.
projected to. I don't know. If that's because like the Kansas City dynasty is over. But I don't know. But it just seemed like this season was just like not as exciting as it usually is. Everybody, to me, just was not on their A game.
Well, especially in the AFC, right? Because you mentioned the Chiefs are out. You don't have the Ravens either with Lamar. No Joe Burrow and the Bengals. Like, it's especially like in that conference, it's pretty much wide open. And I think no offense, but I think if this is the year, if any, for the Bills and Josh Allen to try to get over that hump and get to the Super Bowl, this would be a prime opportunity.
No, Josh Allen for sure has been doing his thing. I wouldn't be shocked if he does make it.
Mm-hmm.
If they do beat us, I wouldn't be shocked because, Josh Allen, he's a really good quarterback. So, he's on the rise. The Bills have always been there. It's just like there's just a certain hump they just cannot get over. But, it could be their year. I'm still supporting my team, hands down. But, you never know. This season, you never know. Like, I don't think only team I think that might make it are the Rams. Like, that's the only team I think might make it. But to go back to the beginning of the season, a team like the Colts.
Yeah.
People were like really like, oh, it's the Colts here. They're doing so good. And then it's just like they fell off. That's what I'm saying. Like, this season was very strange.
I want to say they started like 8-2.
Yeah.
And
they came
lost,
out swinging.
And then they finished like not even making the playoffs. Like, to do that, like, oh my gosh, I can't even.
I was shocked because everybody was like, oh, the Colts, this is your year. Like, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But for some background on the game with the Bills, if you look at last year in the playoffs, they actually faced each other in the wild card game where Denver did end up beating them 31-7. So it wasn't even close in that one. But
not even close.
This time, again, it's in Denver. So they do have the home field advantage this year. Denver obviously was the number one seed, number one in the AFC. This is actually their first home playoff game since 2016. And this season, they are 8-1 at home, with their only loss being to the Jaguars, who the Bills just beat.
We should have won that game. But
so, could go either way.
And, it's funny, too, because, the Seahawks are up there, too. Like, what if there's, like, a rematch between the Broncos and the Seahawks? Because Look, we ain't got to talk about that year when we lost, but, it could be a rematch. I don't know. But let's talk about your team.
The Patriots?
Yeah. They
Oh,
got to go
man.
against Houston.
That one is
How do you feel about that?
That one, man, it worries me personally as a Patriots fan because Houston's defense has been so good all season.
Yeah, they have. They've been putting in work.
And if you look at the game against Pittsburgh, like, that was not even close. Like, the defense was all over them despite.
I think that was a big upset because I think they expected the Steelers to dominate, but,
Well, they barely even got, like with the Ravens game in the last game of the season to go to the playoffs, they were a missed field goal away from not even being there. So
those field goal games, those have to hurt, like, worse than, like, just playing bad. Like, them field goal games, because, like, people are like, oh, it's just they won by a field goal. A win is a win, though.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
it can determine, a field goal can literally determine the whole game. So they was like, oh, is a kicker an important player? Yes, a kicker is an important player. They can determine the entire game. Like, I'm just saying.
That is true. They get a lot of the blame, too, the fact that it pretty much rests on their shoulders. Like, yeah, I can't even imagine all the pressure.
Yeah. So, I mean, of course, I would like to see my team in the Super Bowl. But if it can be your team, which is the Patriots, who would you like to see?
Between those two? Or
No, not the.
or
you gotta worry about my
like
team. I'm just
against
saying,
them?
if your team doesn't make it, who would you like to see?
Okay. That's a great question, actually.
You don't want to see nobody but your team.
I mean, not really. But I guess if I had to pick, maybe Houston, just because they've never been there before. It's kind of a Denver. You got a couple Super Bowls. You can kind of.
Don't do that. We got 3.
It's just like a couple.
We got 3.
Not as much as 6, but
And why do y'all have 6? Because of who?
Tom Brady,
the GOAT. All right.
Yeah.
What have y'all
Y'all
done
had Peyton Manning
since he left? What?
Y'all had Peyton Manning, though.
We had John Elway too.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
But y'all won one with y'all went to 2 with Peyton, won 1, and we're not going to talk about the other one. But
yeah, that one was different. But yeah, and then the one we won with John Elway was a wild card. We were a wild card. So.
Yeah. So
back to back shit.
I personally coming into this game, they're a home underdog, obviously.
Yeah.
But like the way they've been playing, like their defense and their offensive line, like in terms of their defense, you want to hear what their top rankings are in terms of statistics? All right, so let me break it down real quick.
Oh, God.
So their defensive rankings, they are first in sacks, red zone defense. They are second in yards per game allowed, rushing yards per game allowed, completion percentage allowed, yards per attempt, third down defense, and they are third in points per game allowed. So this is a very tall task for Buffalo to come in here and try to win because, I mean, you can say what you want about Denver and how they're not legit or whatever, but their defense definitely is, obviously.
Well, I'm glad you said it. Another thing, too, is me personally, I like a quarterback that runs.
Yeah.
And Bo, he be all over that field. So I think that's a big thing when you have a quarterback that runs. So, yeah.
And I think that's a huge advantage
It
against
is.
Buffalo because in terms of their run defense, they are among one of the worst, and they're definitely the worst run defense left in the playoffs. So I think if they can design some runs for Bo and get things going with like RJ Harvey, their running back, it might be a long day for Buffalo. You never know.
Yeah, I told my sister, I know Broncos, we had our little break or whatever because we were waiting to see, who we're going to play against. But I said, in that break, I hope they've been practicing because don't be out there partying. Y'all got to lock in. I hope they've been practicing because this is a big game. This is it. My sister showed, oh, so then after this, do we go to Super Bowl? I was like, no, we have to play for the AFC Championship, and then we go to the Super Bowl. So technically, we have 2 more games. You know.
So what is your prediction? You think that Denver wins outright?
Yes, I do.
Okay. I'm kind of with you on
only
that.
because I think that Denver is because they've been catching so much slack all season, I feel like they're more hungry for it. And then sometimes when you're hungry for it, that shows in how you play. A lot you can see it in players. They're just more hungry for it. And I think the Bills, to be honest, that was going to be my team. If the Broncos weren't going to go, I would be happy that the Bills would go because for some reason, for the past couple of years, the Bills are always right there, and then they get knocked down. So, but I wouldn't mind the Bills going. Like, I wouldn't mind the Bills beating us. Wait, I shouldn't say that. That kind of sounds bad. But if we were to lose, I'm glad it would be to the Bills and not anybody else. Not like the Jaguars and just the teams we've been losing to this season. So, yeah, I would be happy if we took a L to the Bills. And I like Josh Allen. Josh Allen's a really good quarterback. So, he's growing, you know.
So, looking ahead to the NFC, we, of course, have the Seahawks, which we mentioned, the number 1 seed in the NFC, and the San Francisco 49ers. And if you saw in the regular season where they played each other just a month ago or less than a month ago, Seattle did win 13-3 in a slugfest of a game.
And then, so didn't the Niners, didn't they just lose Kittle?
Yeah.
That is
Achilles.
That is a big loss for them.
Yep.
And I just feel like the Niners, they go all the way every year. Like, they just got a good, solid team every year. They go all the way to the playoffs or they go all the way to the Super Bowl. Let somebody else get there. It's kind of like Kansas City, too. Like, just, it's time for some new, fresh teams to, like, get up there. So,
Yeah, because it seems like we got that Super Bowl rematch between the Chiefs and the Niners, like, 2 or 3 years. And we're just like, all right.
Yeah.
Enough.
So, the Niners, with Kittle out, I don't think it's looking too good for them.
Yeah, I don't either.
Seahawks might.
Yeah, especially when the fact that they did beat the Niners earlier, like a few weeks ago, and then in the playoffs, Seattle was on a bye because they had the number 1 seed, but then San Francisco, they just knocked off the Eagles, who were the number 3 seed in the NFC, but it really wasn't impressive to me, in my opinion, because it was more so a lackluster performance from the Eagles. Their offense really couldn't do anything. I mean, they had 6 points in the second half, and that's just not excusable for in any playoff game,
especially for their ability. They always have a good, solid defense as well too. So it wasn't really pleasing to see that. I'm gonna be honest, because I'm like, the 49ers, come on now. Yeah, I could have won.
Yeah, the defending champs are gone.
Both Kansas City and Philadelphia, because everybody was saying like, oh, they're probably going back this year for a rematch. No. It's time for something new. But I mean, like I said, I would love for a rematch with the Broncos and the Seahawks. Of course, I want us to win because that was embarrassing. The first play of I'll never forget the first play of the game. But I mean, we'll see. And then who else is it? So it's going to be the Seahawks and the Niners, Broncos and the Bills, Patriots and the Texans, and then LA and Chicago.
Yes, sir.
Chicago. They did a little surprising thing.
They were down 21-3, and they came all the way back in that one. That's very impressive.
Now, those are kind of like the underdogs in Chicago, because when's the last time they even seen play?
Well,
been this far in a playoff.
Their last playoff win was 2010 before that game. So 15 years since their last playoff win.
We talking about the Broncos and the Bills and the Seahawks. We talked about the Bears now. The Bears, they could shock everybody again. In LA, I don't know. Y'all might be in for a tough game, because the Bears, like I told you before, you can tell when a team is hungry. They're hungry. I see the hunger for them. So,
especially with the Rams, they had to take a game-winning touchdown drive to beat the Carolina Panthers, who, by the way, they lost to in the regular season, and they had a losing record against.
They almost lost to them again.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. It does not bode well for the defense in that, because the fact that you gave up 27 points to Carolina, I mean,
it's Carolina, bro.
It's just crazy, man.
No shade against
or 31,
them,
I believe.
It's Carolina. So, but they almost lost to Carolina. So, I mean,
and then Chicago's at home. It's supposed to be sub 20 degrees.
Oh yeah, y'all ain't gonna have that LA sunshine.
Yeah. They said it might get down to 6 degrees at night.
Y'all in the trenches of the snow. What you gonna do? But I don't know. We'll see. The Bears, I think, to me, are the real underdogs, because I don't think anybody was expecting the Bears to do this much damage as they've been doing.
No.
So
Yeah, that first round matchup, that was a very tough one against Green Bay. Even though it was at home, obviously it took a miracle to come back from that one. So they might need some more of that against the Rams. We'll see, though.
It's going to be hard. All of these are really important games. So we'll see.
Yeah, they're 3.5-point underdogs, the Bears, in this one. So you like them to...
Yeah, I do. I don't know. From the beginning, I said I think LA is going to go all the way. But I don't know. These Bears is a little hungry. These Bears, they want some honey. So I think that they might... They could shock everybody, you know. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they've been pretty good at home this year. They're 7-2, including that win against Green Bay at home. Yeah. Meanwhile, the Rams...
Did you see them on TV? They all had cheese graters.
Yes, yes.
They were grating cheese, like, on the desk. I was like, oh, petty.
That was amazing. I love that.
petty.
But the Rams on the road, are going into a unfamiliar environment. And then on the road this season, they were 4-4 in the regular season. So
and it's gonna be cold in Chicago.
Yeah.
So what y'all gonna do? What y'all gonna do? I don't know. But I said that I thought the Rams were gonna go all the way. But I don't know. Like I said, the Bears are hungry. Could, shut me up. I don't know.
Yeah. I think they sort of ride that momentum from that comeback, and then, I think they have a chip on their shoulder, like you were saying, and I think they can come in and win outright. Like, I would not be surprised.
I don't want to be mean on here, but I just
say what you feel.
I love the Broncos very much. I love them. I want them to win. Like, that's just that. Like, I really don't care about. I feel okay. Of course, I'm gonna watch the Bronco and Bills game. I really don't care who wins out of Seattle and the Niners. If I'm honest, I don't care. I think Seattle's going to win, but I don't care who wins that game. But I think my most anticipated game to watch is the Broncos and the Bills, of course, and Chicago and LA. I'm just very interested to see what Chicago and LA are going to do. Like, it just seems very intriguing. So, because I already have confidence that we're going to win. But so I'm looking forward. I think that's the other game I'm mostly looking forward to watching is Chicago and the Rams.
Okay. And then
no shade to your team.
No, it's
I don't really care who wins out of y'all neither. But
none taken. It's fine.
I know Texans, they've looked good all season. This was a weird season, but they have looked good all season. But I'm really intrigued with this Bears and Rams.
Yeah. Well, if the Broncos and Patriots can do what we need to do, we'll be seeing you.
That's
the
fine.
AFC Championship.
You think we scared of y'all?
I'm scared of y'all, so.
You should be. You should be very afraid of us. I don't think we too much worried about you guys.
I don't know, man.
But I mean, that could be us in the championship, so we'll see. But we'll to the bowl, I don't know. We gotta duke it out for the bowl.
One game at a time.
I mean, I think you guys will have a good game. The Patriots and the Texans. I think that's going to be a good game.
Mm-hmm. I hope so.
Maybe close. I think.
I
think it's going to be a good game. Us, I don't know. I go into cardiac arrest when we play, or my blood pressure is through the roof when we play.